Hello everyone, Song Q again, and I am here with random review number 2. The random number this time around was 35, and that episode would be Sweet and Elite. Let's go. This episode starts with Rarity being given a room to stay in by Princess Celestia after being asked by Twilight, and Rarity is very, very grateful for it. Yeah, if I was given this kind of opportunity, I'd be excited too. We cut to later where we see Rarity and Opal hanging around in Canterlot, and Rarity gets the idea to make a dress for Twilight's birthday, as Rarity would do. Then two ponies named Jet Set and Upper Crust start talking to Rarity. They're interested until Hazy Turtle Truck shows up and says that she's from Ponyville. Rarity doesn't get too down, however, and starts to gather up things to make Twilight's dress instead. And I gotta say, that's rather impressive here. Rarity puts aside her depression in order to do something important. While doing this, she runs into a pony by the name of Fancy Pants, who is a very important pony in Canterlot society. When he finds out where Rarity is staying and that she knows Princess Celestia, he becomes intrigued to know more about her and invites her to the Wonderbolts Derby. Gosh, Room Dash would be ecstatic if she was there at that very second. Back at our house, we actually get a very surprising part of the episode. Rarity actually considers the possibility that she can't finish Twilight's dress in time, but she also considers what she has been given the privilege of. That was an excellent move by the writers. As Rarity processes her choices, we also process our choices as to whether or not this is going to pan out well. It's a shame we don't see this in most other kids' shows where characters make really bad actions. She decides to go to the Derby anyway, and she actually guesses the right pony, Fleetfoot, to cross the finish line first, with some information from biggest fan of Wonderbolts herself. When she lets this slide, she covers up by saying that Rainbow Dash is the Wonderbolt's trainer. Fair enough, I'll buy that if I was one of the elite. So starts getting her popularity up by socializing with the elite and getting invited to a number of different events. I'll be the toast of the town, the girl on the go, and the type of pony every pony should know. What? Oh, sorry about that. I got carried away. Anyhow, we also get to this episode's song, Becoming Popular. And if you haven't already guessed, I really like it. It also shows us what Canterlot is really like, as an upper-class city, though there were hints of it in Best Night Ever. I guess you could say Canterlot is the opposite of Ponyville, which is considered a quiet town. And unlike the rest of the main 6 in Best Night Ever, or a cliched Disney princess, Rarity has actually studied upper-class culture. She knows it, she's comfortable with it, and when she lets loose in this environment, she thrives. But unfortunately, she only has enough time to put together a base for Twilight's dress. Sometime later, Rarity gets invited to a garden party by Jet Set and Upper Crust, which just so happens to be at the same time as Twilight's birthday party. Rarity then writes a note to her friends that Opal's gotten sick and they can't travel. This can be taken 2 ways. Either Rarity doesn't care about her friend's birthday, or she can't let go of what she's already accomplished. I'm going with the latter because, honestly, if I had to let go of what I already accomplished here on YouTube and on DA, I'd very much be on par with Rarity here. Her friends actually show up in Canterlot pretty quickly. I'll let this slide because it's been established that Twilight can teleport herself and more than one pony at a time from point A to point B. Rarity's friends decided to throw Twilight's birthday in Canterlot instead, and Twilight instantly loves the new dress. I'll buy it. Twilight has been known to prefer simpler clothes over fancy dresses anyway. Also, that face is adorable. Then Rarity realizes that the garden party is right by Twilight's birthday and decides to do the classic backwards and forwards joke shifting between the 2 parties. Also, party cannon is awesome. The backwards forwards joke ends with this little part. What's with the croquet mallet? What croquet mallet? Duh! The one in your mouth? I love that little exchange. Anyway, when the other ponies find this out, Twilight is completely understanding and allows Rarity to join the garden party to sell dresses to the upper-class mares. Rainbow then gets the idea to send the birthday party to the garden, and the other 5 do cause a bit of a riot. Oh well, at least my second cousin twice removed finally gets loved by the birds since her last encounter. When the upper-class ponies find out that Rarity is from Ponyville, there is a twist that I certainly was not expecting. But before we do that, let's take a look at another typical kids show or film that gets it wrong. In A Bug's Life, Flick is sent away by the other ants, and they abandoned a plan he put together for them, all because he lied. Not because it makes the situation worse than it already is, just for the sole reason he lied. Not to mention, he doesn't say anything to defend himself, and he runs away. But this episode is where they get it right. Rarity actually steps up to the plate and defends her actions and stands her ground. What's more, I don't need characters to be punished, especially because it's made clear that Rarity is remorseful and has learnt a lesson. Speaking of lessons, here's the lesson from this episode. Dear Princess Celestia, I wanted to tell you about the important lesson I learned during my visit. I learned that no matter where you go in life, you should never forget that you are the product of your home and your friends, and that is always something to be proud of, no matter what. Okay, I loved seeing this side of Rarity, and seeing her succeed in living the high life was very enjoyable. I also loved the jokes thrown into the episode, and while the song doesn't factor into my score, it was completely awesome. I give this episode 5 out of 5 stars and a gold star rating. Okay, that was Sweet and Elite. Which episode is next? Only time and the random number generator will tell. This is Song Q, signing out.